Concussions attracted quite a bit of attention over the past 2 decades, in particular over the last decade in relation to sport-related concussion. But concussion can occur in activities other than sport. A couple of years ago, I met a woman who suffered a concussion as a result of a metal pole that fell on her head. Now, the pole wasn't particularly large, and initially she didn't have any symptoms. But over the next few hours, she noticed that she was becoming a little bit confused and she was struggling to concentrate and her memory was failing her. And she described a bit of a brain fog. She then had a brain scan, and the brain scan showed that everything was normal. But the symptoms stayed with her and were quite debilitating for the following 2 years. So what is concussion? Concussion is a form of a mild traumatic brain injury. Therefore, the terms concussion and mild traumatic brain injury are used interchangeably. The definition of concussion has changed over the years, but the most recent definition was offered by the Mild Traumatic Brain Injury Task Force. And the definition is a bit lengthy, but for those of you who don't know me, I like simplicity and clarity to explain complicated concepts. So I broke down the definition to 5 key elements, which will help you understand what concussion is about. The first element is about trauma. A trauma that was impacting the head, the neck, the body. In a case of soldiers, it might be a blast or an explosion, but it involves some kind of force. The second element involves transmission of the force. So the sudden force is transmitted to the brain. The third element is brain disruption, which relates to the fact that this force that was transmitted to the brain caused some kind of change in how the brain functions. So it might be an injury to the axons or changes in blood flow, or it might be inflammation. The fourth element is the signs and symptoms. They might happen immediately or they might take time to develop. The key there is that those signs and symptoms cannot be explained by any other condition that this person might be affected by. The fifth element is the resolution. You would expect the sign and symptoms to be resolved within days, but sometimes, such as in the example I gave before, the symptoms can be prolonged. If I was to simplify it even further, there is trauma that is causing brain disruption. And this brain disruption causes change in the way the brain functions. And this change in brain function is what gives rise to the signs and symptoms that we can assess. In my next video, I'll talk about how exactly to assess concussion. And in my upcoming seminar, I'll be talking about various brain imaging techniques that can be used to visualize the disruption to the brain. I will be placing a particular emphasis on new imaging techniques that are promising to change the future of concussion. So I look forward to seeing you in my upcoming seminar and in my next video.